Again, one of the problems facing the Reform Party is that because it is so new, the backgrounds of the people recruited to become MPs are not always as well known as those of the Labour and Conservative parties. For them, prospective MPs have usually been members of the party for years and have histories of activism and a social life shared with other party members. This makes it less likely that there will be any nasty surprises waiting to crop up once they are selected as prospective parliamentary candidates. It does happen, but not often. Because reform is so very new, they've been forced to take a lot of people on trust, both those voted in at the general election last year and also those who became local councillors in May. This means taking a bit of a gamble at times. Last year, 5 MPs were elected on the Reform ticket, but 2 of them have now either resigned the Reform whip or had it withdrawn from them. The latest is Jame McMurdock, the MP for Basildon in Essex. He replaced Stephen Metcalfe of the Conservative Party, who formerly represented that constituency. I knew Metcalfe fairly well because we both attended the same church, St John's in Loughton, and I was sorry to see him being voted out. McMurdock has now resigned the whip ahead of startling revelations which are due to be published tomorrow in a national newspaper. These apparently relate to business propriety during the COVID pandemic, which sounds jolly interesting. This is the second scandal associated with this particular fellow. After he was elected, it came to light he had spent time inside for knocking about his girlfriend, although there is some dispute about the details of the assault. Some say that he kicked her, which he denies, but whatever the specific actions, she was certainly knocked to the ground, and he ended up in a young offenders institution as a result. It was felt in some quarters that had he disclosed this before the election, then it might have reduced his chances of winning the seat. As to what this new allegation relates to is anybody's guess. He's worked in banking for years, including a spell at Barclays. The revelations which will appear in tomorrow's newspapers are said to be sensational, so we must, I suppose, wait and see. Reform could have done without this episode, I think, because their number of MPs stands now at just 4, which means that they are essentially hanging on in Parliament by their fingertips. It would take only one more scandal to damage their credibility, perhaps to a fatal extent. It's at times like this that we regret the passing of the old news of the world, which was always so good at ferreting out salacious gossip and shocking secrets. Still, let's see what the papers tell us tomorrow.